If one thing has been made clear by the recent popularity in homemade protein bars, it's that VITAFIBER is a problem. Greg Doucette started this whole mess by popularising the VITAFIBER style homemade protein bars. And even he himself saw how much of an issue this was, so he created an IMO syrup product to combat this issue. Personally, I've never had any issues in the UK accessing VITAFIBER powder, and it's not been expensive at all, but no matter how many times I try and help someone find it or I post a video about it and put links in the description, it always causes issues. So today I'm bringing you a homemade protein bar recipe that doesn't require VITAFIBER or any other IMO syrup. Mainly because I just can't take the comments anymore saying that you can't get it. Not only do these protein bars not require any VITAFIBER powder, but they also taste extremely good. They use common and cheap ingredients that you probably already have laying around the house if you sometimes make recipes like this. Probably most importantly of all, they have fantastic macros. Like, really good. Each bar that we're making today, you are looking at just 192 calories, 20 grams of protein, 12 grams of carbs, and 8 grams of fat. That is a pretty damn good macro profile if you ask me. And if you compare this to something like one of my favourite protein bars, the salted caramel peanut grenade crusher bar, you're looking at 242 calories for 20 grams of protein, 12 grams of carbs, and 12 grams of fat. So you're doing pretty damn well, not to mention that those bars cost £2.50 over here per bar. These, way cheaper. So the flavour of today's protein bar, you ask? Well, I'm not really sure what to call it, honestly. It's like a peanut butter, caramel, chocolate coated, maple vanilla ice cream bar or something like that. I don't know, but it's really good. So if you are ready to get into this absolute banger of a recipe video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and then we can get into it. Alright guys, time to go through the ingredients for today's protein bars, and to be honest, this shouldn't take long at all. Everything we're using is going to be very easily accessible in your local shop or online. For any of the ingredients you aren't sure about, make sure to check the description in the video. I will have linked to the ones that I personally use and recommend. And if you know I'm using them and I'm making these bars, then you won't be able to go wrong. Our bars today are going to have 2 layers and a chocolate coating. Exciting, I know. The ingredient quantities that I give you here will be enough to make 5 protein bars with the calories and macros that I just stated earlier on in the video. However, you can easily double, triple, quadruple the ingredients or half them if you want to make a different amount and just figure out the macros based on that. So layer 1 is going to start with 375 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt. I massively recommend Fage brand. It is a little bit more expensive, but it is worth it. And make sure you're getting Greek yogurt and not natural or Greek style yogurt, because those are way too watery. This is much more thick and it is worth the extra money, I promise you. When you take the lid off this, you can pretty much tip it upside down and it doesn't come out. It's like a consistency of ice cream more than anything. So definitely recommend Fage. Next up, we're going to need 40 grams of protein powder, and the flavour here is really your decision. But I'm using a peanut butter flavoured one because it's going to go really well with our next ingredient, which is 32 grams of peanut butter. Now you can really pretty much use whatever peanut butter you want, or any nut butter for that matter. However, I personally use and recommend the smooth peanut butter from My Protein. It's really cheap for the amount you get, and I like smooth peanut butter because I'm one of those weirdos. But, you know, crunchy could go very well in this. It would add some extra texture to the bar, so that's maybe something to try next time. And lastly, for the first layer, you just want some vanilla flavoured sweetener or just regular sweetener to make everything nice and sweet. Boom, layer 1, done. Easy. Layer 2 is going to be our peanut butter caramelly layer, and this is going to be even easier. For this one, all you're going to need is 36 grams of powdered peanut butter. I'm using PB2. And then you will need a tablespoon or 2 of 0-calorie maple syrup. Again, I'm using and highly recommend this one from My Protein. And finally, for the chocolate coating, you guessed it, you'll need chocolate. Alright guys, it is time to make this thing and I'm excited. Good stuff is on the way. Now all of this is going to come together pretty quickly, but between each layer there is going to be some cooling and setting time. So just make sure you've got some space ready in the freezer and the ingredients ready to go. Ready? Me too. Let's go. Alright guys, so first off, get yourself a big bowl for mixing and add your 375 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt, which is hopefully Faye. Then add your 40 grams of protein powder, 32 grams of peanut butter, and your sweetener to taste. Then mix it all until it's fully combined. Really spend some time here to make sure everything's fully incorporated. You don't want it to be clumpy. Now get yourself a 5 protein bar size tin and line it with some parchment paper. Evenly spread the base mixture over, making sure it's as even and smooth as possible, and then just put that in the freezer for roughly 2 hours or so to let it set relatively hard. Once the base layer is set, it's time to work on the peanut butter caramel layer, and for this you want to get a smaller bowl and add 36 grams of powdered peanut butter, then thoroughly mix that with 30 grams of water and a tablespoon or 2 of maple syrup, and you could also add some more sweetener here if you fancy. You want this to be a smooth and spreadable consistency, so go steady with the water and only add as much as you need. When it's looking good, spread that over the Greek yogurt base nice and evenly, and then place it back in the freezer for another 30-45 minutes or so. When that's done setting, we're probably onto the hardest part of this whole process, the chocolate coating. So get 50 grams of chocolate or chocolate chips into a nice microwavable container, and then microwave that in 30-second intervals until it's completely melted. It should take 3 or 4 times. Once it's melted, allow it to sit and cool down for a couple of minutes or so, just to stop the heat melting the bars. That is important. And then pour the chocolate over the bar mixture to get a nice even glaze over the peanut butter layer. If you've got any chocolate left, feel free to scrape it out over the bars, or just get rid of it to save on some calories. Place it back in the freezer for the chocolate to set, and then get your bar mixture out of the mould, slice it into 5 bars as evenly as possible, or however many bars you are making. Then wrap each bar in its own bit of parchment paper, put them in the freezer for storage, and you are ready to go. And there we have it guys, chocolate coated caramel peanut butter protein ice cream bar things. Look, I need to work on the name, but anyway, these are really good. If you can't tell just by looking at them, these are absolutely incredible, and they have the macros to go with that as well. You can store these in the freezer for absolutely ages, so don't be shy, make a huge batch, you won't regret it, because you will want more of them after you've made them. Now let's go back over and look at the macros again. Alright guys, time for the calories and macros. I know I already touched on this earlier in the video, but you're probably skipping through the video and you probably missed it, let's be honest. So if you make these bars exactly like I did and you use the exact same ingredients that I did and you cut them into 5 bars like I did, you are looking at just 192 calories per bar with 20 grams of protein, 12 grams of carbs and 8 grams of fat. And that is very, very good if you ask me. It's pretty much better macros than any protein bar you'll buy in the shop. It's a lot cheaper as well, and it tastes better than a lot of them out there, I promise you that. Not often will you find a homemade protein bar that has 2 separate layers and a chocolate coating. That's not your average homemade protein bar, lads. The Greek yogurt layer has the same texture as an ice cream bar. It's amazing. The peanut butter layer has the texture of caramel and the taste of peanut butter. And let's be honest, you can't go wrong with anything that's coated in chocolate. Come on. So guys, make sure to give this protein bar recipe a try, especially if you're somebody that's been bitching about not being able to find VITAFIBER. This one is for you. If you don't make it, then you're wasting my personal time, and that's not nice. Whilst you're at it, if you can get VITAFIBER, make sure to check out some of my other protein bar recipes, because those are really, really, really good as well. They just have that extra ingredient that some people struggle with. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week, so join the team, the Small Spoon Squad, and don't miss out. Again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Things have been going well lately and I appreciate you guys. Thank you as always for watching. Until the next one, see you later guys.